Hello, my name is Matthew Murray and I'm a first year on Bachelor of Arts Games Design, and this is my AGS game. So to begin, the first room's real intention was to have interactables to let the player know that the end goal was to actually feed the player and get eggs. So all the interactions have stomach rumbles, what a perfect day for eggs, all lead the player to believe that is their goal. The kitchen area also sort of supposed to carry out this role, but it's supposed to lead the player to the purple fridge. So all the interactables in this room are fairly mundane and more jokey, Monkey Island sort of humour, very meaningless, but ultimately just trying to get the player to use the purple portal and create interest in that. Upon using the purple portal, the player will be transported to a transitional slide, which is just two overlaying backgrounds, and this is just purely to show off a transition between two areas. Upon arrival in this new area, the past is a new habitat for the player, and this area has more egg iconography to let the player know about the end goal, as per guiding the hips, showing off the broken fridge, showing off a possible end goal for the player, and to hint at possible goals. And also, the cave is a very prominent area in this section, as it features a important part of the game, so I wanted it to be a quite eye-catching part of the first area. Now, as we enter the cave, we have dialogue of a caveman, we have many interactable objects, we have cave drawings on the wall to show off some features of the game, the main goal of the game. And I had this like this to allow the player to feel like they've worked out from the environment their own goals. And with the caveman, I have plenty of dialogue. And the dialogue is mainly quite jokey humour, but he also allows the player to know where an egg is, and he just says directly west. So obviously to the player in an AGS game, a 2D game, just directly left lets the player know that their next goal will be heading out left. So onto the main puzzle of my game is to create a torch to ultimately scare the dinosaur. So to carry this out, all you need to do is gather the bloody t-shirt, and with the context clues, it says to wash it. You'd use the bloody t-shirt on the water, not the bucket, which also has a dialogue for in case you do try that, which is a fail. Once you wash the t-shirt, it has a funny humorous comment about dipping it in oil. And then once you do that, it says about how it's flammable. And you can also combine the rag, the oily rag, with the stick to create a torch. Put the torch onto the fire, and you have created a torch. So as the player transitions to the next area with his newfound item, I'll talk to you about the design philosophy behind that. So essentially I just wanted to create a very simple puzzle using what I know of AGS to create a very simple kind of very player accessible puzzle, which is just creating a torch, and with all the context clues of the item saying this looks scarily flammable, etc. I shouldn't get blood into the caveman's oil, kind of leads the player to believe of what to do. Initially this room had quite a lot of forest shown in the background to remind the player of the spanner in the forest, which was shown in the cave paintings, but in the final port of my game this didn't end up being relevant. I acknowledge this not being relevant anymore by having the interactable hotspot towards the forest, just displaying this is a DLC section, which I thought would be a little meta kind of joke. Carrying on, there is a visible T-Rex, and this is where you use the torch to scare off the T-Rex, which makes him disappear, which gives you access to the egg, which is the ultimate end goal for the player. And on picking up the egg, you have essentially finished the main goal of the game, and you can now use the egg on a fireplace right at the end to finish off the game. So I will speed this up just to quickly speed all the way back to the campfire. I wanted to have a more satisfying way of dealing with this T-Rex, but due to lack of knowledge with AGS, I thought making it disappear with a little bit of funny text was the most humorous way to kind of keep my gameplay fun and not take itself too seriously, and I believe it kind of resulted in the best outcome for my skill level. So I hope you all enjoyed, but that is the end of my AGS game, and I thank you all for watching.